Joey, Chiefs, what's going on? Well, now they're officially out of the playoffs. And you saw, of course, the Tony Jefferson, Rasheed Rice, Xavier Worthy, all that stuff there. And Travis Kelce, is he going to be coming back? Now, we haven't really talked about a whole lot of Chiefs stuff because they've kind of been sputtering late. They were 6-7 before this game, and now they're 6-8, and they're officially eliminated from playoff contention. But I'm going to give the Chiefs credit where credit is due. I'm going to give them their flowers, and we're going to just dedicate a little segment to them. You know what, man? Hats off to the Chiefs on a 10-year run. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hats off to the Chiefs on a 10-year run on making the playoffs for that many consecutive postseason appearances. 7 straight AFC championships. Mahomes has never missed an AFC championship game. And then the icing on the cake, it's like the cherry on top for them. And when the game is over, Mahomes rolls out like he usually does, his razzle-dazzle stuff, and he tears his ACL. Now, Mahomes is going to come back, of course, like a lion. I don't expect him to come back for most of next season, and it sucks. You know what? It's part of the game, though, right? You just saw Micah Parsons tear his ACL, and now you have Mahomes. But, I said the Chiefs were going to miss the playoffs. I didn't want them to miss the playoffs this way. It really wouldn't have mattered. They weren't. I mean, maybe, if they snuck in still, they were just playing for their hopes, right? The playoff hopes were on the line the past couple of weeks. They just were kind of sputtering. I don't really know what happened to the Chiefs. They basically have the same roster. And you know what? One thing I'll say, sometimes teams just run out of gas. If you saw the Patriots with their dynasty, like you can only have that for so long. It's tough to sit here and say and see that. And a lot of NFL fans are happy. America wins. The Chiefs finally lose. They're finally out of the playoffs. But moving aside from that, well, the question remains with Travis Kelce. Joey, what do you think? Is he going to retire? And I thought he was going to retire last year, but now I don't see Travis Kelce coming back to the NFL. I really don't. And we'll throw this in there for the Swifties out there, of course, because he's getting married next summer to Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce. Him and Taylor Swift are getting married next summer in Watch Hill, Rhode Island. And I just don't see Patrick Mahomes. I don't see Travis Kelce coming back. I don't see him getting a touchdown not thrown to him by Patrick Mahomes. Gardner Minshew or whatever quarterback they draft or whatever quarterback they sign, I just don't see it. I think we really saw Travis Kelce play his last official down in the NFL. I know he's going to take some time. He doesn't need the money. If I was him, at this point, I'm walking away from the game. I gave everything I was able to give. 3 Super Bowls. One of the best tight ends of all time, leading, I think, reception yards in Chiefs history, touchdowns, you name it. One of the best offensive players in NFL history, if you ask me, as for the tight end position, how dominant of a force he was and how long he's been able to stay in the NFL. And his brother, Jason Kelce, on the Monday night show football last night basically said, Travis is going to take some time. Of course, it's still kind of early, and it's going to be about what he wants to do. But at this point, the media is there. You've made tons and tons of money. At this point, he doesn't need the money. Why put yourself in a risky situation to hurt yourself? And Mahomes isn't going to be throwing you the ball. You don't know how next season is going to go. It's like maybe if Mahomes was coming back, you go, okay, we got one last dance in us, but I really think this was it for him. And if it was it for Travis Kelce, hats off on an amazing career because he was electric. He was fun to watch. Of course, even before the whole Taylor Swift stuff, even before Patrick Mahomes got there, he was always a pretty darn good tight end. 3-time Super Bowl champion, one of the biggest storylines in recent years for the NFL. And, hats off to him if this is it for him, hanging it up. But yeah, I mean, Mahomes tearing his ACL was really tough to see, of course. And, there was one thing that there were correlations between each other, which was so weird. And I immediately thought of this when I was watching the game. And I was like, what? Mahomes tore his ACL? I remember a quarterback in 2008 who tore his ACL with the Patriots. Tom Brady. Excuse me. Basically forced him to miss almost a full season, but of course won back in one of the greatest NFL comebacks in NFL history. And if people don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to come back like an absolute lion, you're sadly mistaken. This is not the end for Patrick Mahomes. He got banged up, he tore his ACL, but with the modern medicine, with the modern technology, with the modern surgeries, he's going to come back like a lion.